Brittany Higgins testify. We've had her parents testify, her mum and dad, and her dad's partner testify. That was heartbreaking. The last 3 days has been the producer of Channel 7, of the Channel 10 show The Project. Channel 10 is being sued. There have been all sorts of allegations and everything come out. And on top of that, there was leaked recording to the media about a meeting that took place recorded without knowledge of Brittany Higgins, and that was subpoenaed yesterday, and that was the judge ordered for that subpoena in the morning, and at 4:15 2 envelopes were handed to the court. One was the USB with the source interview in it. The other one had the information about the source, the details, and that is protected and sealed. So that's file sealed, that the judge is happy for that to be sealed. So us as the public will not know where the original information's come from regarding that interview, who the source was for that. And it's really interesting because everything's been handed over. So the only people that will get to see it are the barristers and the judge. The barristers for the clients and the judge, and that's it. That is it. There is currently a transcript being written at the moment regarding that. So I just want to have a look at this. So this was the Guardian's view of today. And the other interesting thing is that Bruce Lehrmann also had a criminal case happening in Queensland as well, which we'll have a look at the same time. Now, the producer's name was Mr. Llewellyn. The other interesting thing is that now it would seem like the politicians weren't honest in their timelines, in the criminal trial and in the statements to public. So earlier in the trial, Kelly Higgins said her daughter had told her about during a dinner, and Kelly was shown a series of photographs she took and posted on Instagram. Just so that you understand, Miss Higgins, I'm putting to you that your daughter did not make the disclosure you referred to that evening at that venue. And she replied, you're incorrect. I have to tell you, and Kelly Higgins is Brittany's mother, I have to tell you she was very strong. She would not let them put anything to her that was not true. And there's Instagram posts and exhibits and everything. So we can go to the court file and have a look at that. I mean, they've grabbed those from the court file. So it's definitely very interesting. The other thing is Fiona Brown, who is linked, I think, to the media advisor from the Prime Minister's office, then Prime Minister's office, has been told she's got to testify in person. That's all a bit of an issue at the moment. So this is this is from the Federal Police. There's lots of exhibits in this file. There is personal stuff in people's phones. There's photos. There's all sorts of stuff. So as I said, we're not going to know who the source is from this secret recording that was leaked to the media yesterday, or that was published in the media yesterday. We're not going to know because the judge has quashed that. So this says another exhibit released by the federal court today was an email from Higgins' fiance David Shiraz to Lisa Wilksinson with the subject line, everything you need. In the email, Shiraz wrote, thank you for your time on the phone today and your sensitivity around what I truly feel is injustice. I'm sending this on behalf of Brit purely because, as this sounds paranoid, we just don't know who might be keeping an eye on her. A number of documents were attached to the email, including a list of that who knew about the allegations and a timeline of what had unfolded. So that's really interesting. So let's say it says download original documents. So let's see where this takes us. So the court, as I said, heard from Mr. Llewellyn. And this is the original exhibit here. So they've put it into a cloud file. Let me just go back here. He was the producer on the project. And he, again, was not putting up with any propositions or he was, yeah. So Lehrmann's barrister, Matthew Richardson, SC, accused Llewellyn of giving Bruce Lehrmann absolute minimal time to respond to Higgins' accusations. He disagreed, saying, "I sent him a very detailed request on Friday and asked for an interview." He also accused him of not making a genuine effort to obtain information. The media advisor from Prime Minister Scott Morrison's office rang to discuss what was going to be on the program. He was questioned over whether he believed the CCTV footage from the night was unavailable to police. And so what I find, there's a really couple of interesting ones, but what's just the timeline that has been released doesn't correspond with what, as I said, the politicians have said. The other thing is that yesterday there were also private discussions that Brittany Higgins also had recorded with Senator Cash and other politicians and around her case. And again, it was a legal recording, but for the purposes of information, it was allowed in court, which I find, again, which is really, really interesting. There's so many things going on in this case and so many segues and so many bits and pieces. There's a lip reading expert coming in from overseas because apparently he's hearing impaired. He actually needs an interpreter to be able to interpret what he says, and the judge just said, well, that has to happen in person. So this is a big case, but Lisa Wilksinson will be in the witness box tomorrow, and it's going to be a big day. But while this was happening today, and Mr. Lehrmann was actually at his defamation trial, he had lawyers in Toowoomba dealing with another matter. So he is accused of doing the same thing twice in October 2021. So the Brittany Higgins accusations are from 2019, and these allegations are from 2021. So they intend to cross-examine witnesses in an attempt to prevent allegations that the Arda woman in Toowoomba from proceeding to trial. He's been subject to a committal process since January to determine if there is sufficient grounds for a trial. The magistrates at the Magistrates Court, they accepted a proposed schedule from Patrick Wilson to file a notice describing proposed evidence for the prosecution to respond. So it says he was excused from appearing in person and his lawyer appeared by the phone. The intention is to cross-examine witnesses as part of the committal process. They've sought previous medical evidence and extensive phone text messages from the alleged victim, resulting in prosecutors challenging the scope of the request. Wilson also sought directions hearing to cross-examine a person on the contents of a written statement. The magistrate said the period was significantly longer than usual practice, and the Crown prosecutor said she was satisfied with the proposal. Wilson said if both defence and prosecutors had filed their materials for the case by 31st of January, he would need about 2 hours for directions hearing. So the directions hearing is set for February 26th. So what they're doing in this defamation case is they're trying to discredit all the witnesses, and that's really what's happening in defamation case. And it's easier to discredit witnesses in a defamation case than it is in a criminal case because of the burden of proof. The burden of proof is in a defamation case, probable cause, where in a criminal case, it's beyond reasonable doubt. So there's so much going on at the moment. And it is bizarre. It's going to be a full courthouse because of the Wilksinson, a high-profile journalist, is taking the stand. She's also been sued. It's her that's being sued. I just find it's definitely going to be interesting. The court's also heard the interviews between Lisa Wilksinson and Brittany Higgins. It is just crazy, and it looks like this trial's going to go on beyond the original plan. So this is the secret. This is from Samantha Maiden. She actually settled her case with Bruce Lehrmann, but so Brittany Higgins covertly recorded her discussion, telling her that she felt with Michaela Cash, saying that she felt so gross and sick over what had happened. Britt, we didn't know anything. You should have told us. Miss Higgins has disputed in her evidence given to the court that Senator Cash didn't know about the allegation and accused her former boss of lying. In the recording, Senator Cash also suggests taking the issue to the Prime Minister's top advisor with Higgins' permission. Senator Cash then says, Britt, are you happy? I want to talk off the record completely. Who's totally separate from this. He had nothing to do with this at the time. Yes, please don't let it happen to anyone else. And she says she will support every step of her way to exit gracefully. And then praises her work in the office. So this was when Brittany Higgins had decided that she was going to quit. And this is Michaela Cash. They were saying that the other thing is that they were looking at relocating her so she didn't actually have to go to Canberra and face everything. The senator gave evidence in the criminal trial that she did not know of the allegations up until February 2021, agreeing it would be political suicide to have covered it up. In the covert recording, Senator Cash also says she'll support Miss Higgins if she wants to go to the police. So again, and this is a call in 2019. So then this is also showing that Senator Cash did know. Now there was another recording that she took, and these again were allowed to be in court, even though technically they've been illegally obtained, because so it's an interesting case. So it'll be very interesting to see what Lisa Wilksinson says. But I think what this is showing is that there are lots of questions to be asked over how Parliament deals with things and their handling of things. So yeah, look, I want to thank you for watching and thank you for joining me on this crazy, crazy ride. Anyway, I will catch you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. Oh, and make sure that